I understand that people want to get out of the city of Dallas and get into some better schools and live where there's not as high crime. So there's a side of me that says, you know, they have the right to live out here.
Worried, fear, to tell you the truth.
A few miles away, the comments are very similar in McCallum and Meandering Way. Janet and Alan Boyarski have a business at this location. The proposed complex is in their backyard.
And I worry about property values. We just remodeled our house, like everything you could think of in it. And I worry about the kids and schools and who's exactly going to be in that housing. And is there a lot of thought given to where they're doing it and why they're doing it?
You go back to them in 3 to 5 years, and they usually run down. They become health hazards, etc. Nobody really, you know, if the people moving into the projects really cared for them, I don't think we'd have as much a problem with it.
Along with concerns over property value comes the concern about the impact on the Plano schools. Based on the location, the new children would be assigned to Jackson Elementary.
Jackson Elementary is one of our smaller schools, actually, and it does have a small amount of space in it at the current time, and what the total impact will be of these units coming in, we'll have to assess that in the future.
As long as it's not overcrowded, to me, it's not a problem. They have to go to school somewhere. They have as much right to go here as my children do.
I think it's more than fair. I think that kids should be able to go to school anywhere they want to go, and especially, you know, what's the difference?
Now, I can tell you one more thing, that I talked to a local homeowners association president who says that he has been in contact with many other homeowners associations. At this point, they are discussing strategy. They say this issue is far from settled. Back to you.
David Christopher and Linda Huang in far north Dallas. Thanks. A footnote to this story: Fort Worth has a little more than 1,400 public housing units compared to more than 4,700 in Dallas.
Fort Worth police may have solved that city's worst mass murder after nearly 6 years of trying to track down suspects. Police charged 3 men with capital murder in the robbery and shooting deaths of 5 people at the Glass Key Lounge in May of 1990. Acting on a tip, detectives arrested 23-year-old Anthony Fennell last night in Benbrook. 2 others, Julian Burt and Malcolm Griffin, are currently in prison on unrelated crimes. The victims apparently were involved in a high-stakes dice game involving tens of thousands of dollars at the time of the ambush.
A 2-year-old girl found at a Dallas bus stop will stay in foster care at least until next week. After talking with the father, Child Protective Services does not believe the little girl named Cassandra was abandoned. CPS says the father told its caseworkers the child had been with relatives for the past year.
They thought that the child was still in the care of another adult. They had no idea that the child had been placed in our care, that the police had picked up the child, had no idea about anything like that.
CPS is still looking for the mother and would not give details on how the child ended up with an intoxicated woman at this downtown bus stop. Police say the woman has since disappeared. Authorities are still deciding if any charges should be filed.
If you're planning on fish for your supper, the Texas Health Department advises skipping a trip to Mountain Creek Lake. That lake's located in southeast Dallas County. Steve Crocker explains why anything you catch has to be thrown back.
My day, man. That's the way I do it. That hurts me. I love it.
If you want to ruin Robert Nelson's day, tell him he can't take home any more fish from the lake that's been one of his favorites for 39 years. He was all set for a day of fishing on the lake until he stopped by gas for his boat and heard from a gas station attendant about a state ban on eating fish from Mountain Creek Lake. That ban follows U.S. Navy testing of fish in the lake, which showed unusually high levels of polychloride biphenyls, or PCBs. The chemical compounds have caused cancer in lab animals, and researchers fear they could have a similar effect on humans. While a TU electric plant sits on one edge of the lake, the Texas Natural Resource and Conservation Commission believes the PCBs seeped into the lake either from a weapons research plant or from the Naval Air Station, both of which sit on or near the lake. The PCBs, the commission says, then made their way into the lake's food chain and into the larger fish. But some people who still fish on the lake say they haven't eaten anything they've caught there for quite a while.
About 5 years ago, I went fishing, caught some crappie up there on the other side, and it tasted like fuel, like oil, and that since then I don't eat them.
However, Nelson hasn't found any problems.
No bad taste. Even, hell, I've given my supervisor, I don't know how many freshwater catfish out of this lake. Yeah. Sure have. Well, one of my bosses, I gave him a 35-pound out of this lake, and I didn't get no complaint.
You can see signs telling you it's not safe to swim here at Mountain Creek Lake. What you will not see, at least right away, are signs telling you it's not safe to fish here. That's because the State Department of Health says it has no firm policy right now for posting such signs at lakes that it closes. In the meantime, it still has to work out details with the cities of Grand Prairie, Dallas, and Dallas County. Now, if and when those signs go up, what they will tell you is that while you can fish here at Mountain Creek Lake, anything you catch will have to go back in the water. The State Health Department says the risk is for long-term exposure, so people who occasionally eat fish from the lake are in little danger. But they say people who still have fish at home should throw them out. And that's not something that Robert Nelson wants to hear.
I hate to throw some of my fish back, man. I got quite a few catfish in my deep freeze now. I may have to throw them away. I don't know. It's bad.
Steve Crocker, News 4, Texas.
Late word this evening from the state says Grand Prairie officials are distributing flyers warning people not to eat fish from the lake. Dallas plans to put up warning signs over the weekend.
Warning signs about traffic are taking on a whole new look. Local transportation officials are hoping the new technology will reduce traffic nightmares in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Marianne Razouk joins us from near Interstate 30 in Fort Worth. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Corey. Well, traffic congestion that we all dread is expected to only get worse over the next 20 years, and that is because of long-term construction projects and a predicted population increase of more than 44%. But there is new technology that is coming to our rescue. A closed-circuit television camera above Interstate 35 helps transportation officials keep a close eye on Fort Worth traffic, while sensors in the road pavement register traffic volume and speed.
The system that we've got today at least can get information off of the highway and be able to tell us what the travel time is, and by then we will find out where the accidents are and then inform the motorists where the accident's located so they can find alternative routes for their trips.
The new technology is among more than a dozen that transportation officials are using to minimize traffic congestion problems, especially on roads under construction. Message signs alert drivers to closed roads, alternate routes, and traffic conditions. And lane control signals mounted above major roads and highways light up the letter X to alert motorists to lanes that abruptly end. All traffic information comes in and out of one of many satellite centers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Once they determine that there is a deterioration in the level of service, they can come out to the camera and locate that camera, which is the closest to that area where the computer has pinpointed that there is a problem. And by doing so, they find that there's a problem, and once they determine that they confirm the problem, they can go ahead and utilize the changeable message sign that we have.
I feel like in some places it's helping, in other places it's not, because of the way you have to exit on and exit off.
Fortunately, I know where I'm going. I really don't pay that close attention to them. I just stay in the lane I need to be in and head for it.
Transportation officials estimate about 50% of all traffic delays happen because of traffic accidents, and there are more than 150,000 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area every year. Back to you, the studio.
Marianne Razouk alongside I-30. Thanks.
A local school district is taking extra steps to make safety for kids at play a priority.
Straight ahead, find out how that priority resulted in a new playground and peace of mind for parents.
Later, a man who proves you are never too old for a new adventure.
I'm Mike Ducey at Hyatt Bear Creek, where some NFL legends enjoy a day on the golf course, while the Cowboys open minicamp. The latest from Valley Ranch, later in sport.
Closed captioning is brought to you as a public service by the makers of new Orutis KT, the potent medicine for pain. So potent, just 25 milligrams relieves even tough headaches.
Tonight, journey to a place where dinosaurs rule.
Take off this way!
And humans are an endangered species. A brand new Sliders. Then, Mulder and Scully investigate a bizarre murder.
Her spinal cord was crushed, Mulder.
And all the evidence
Why won't you tell us what happened last night?
leads to one shocking suspect.
You really believe Skinner did this?
We don't know who he really is.
Their boss.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 4 Texas.
At Honda, we don't think a car that's affordable and exceptional is too much to ask for. After all, the Accord has carved out a nice niche being exactly that. And now with 3.9% APR financing for up to 48 months, its affordability is more clear-cut than ever. In fact, it's an offer so solid, it's carved in stone. Get 3.9% APR financing for 48 months on any Accord.
Slow down and live. Enjoy Enjoy life with our favorite Vigna Del Mar Merlot, an unbelievably great wine from Chile at an unbelievably affordable price, only $5.89 a bottle. Enjoy with red meat, with cheese, with a friend, or save for a rainy day. Your source for great wines for less. Goody goody.
What do I want in a store? Well, I don't want prices that scare me. I just want a bargain. Marshall's is the brand names you want. The good stuff at everyday savings you won't find everywhere else. Marshall's, brand names for less. Every day.
When it comes to your family's good health, information is the best medicine. And who you get it from makes the difference. Watch For Your Health, only on News 4 Texas.
It took a near tragedy to make it happen.
But now, nearly 2 years after the accident, a new safe playground is open for kids in Euless. Karen Kapp has the story.
Playgrounds are places for fun, laughter, and smiles. But they can turn deadly. Nationally, there are over 250,000 playground injuries and 6 deaths each year. In 1994, Bedford first grader Jeremy Browning almost died when wooden monkey bars collapsed on him at his elementary school. After the accident, a nationally known playground expert, Terry Hendry, said the wood was rotten.
Where the wood goes into the concrete, that's where you see beginning signs of deterioration.
Furthermore, Hendry found 42 of the 49 wood play pieces in the HEB school district were unsafe. HEB administrators say they want to make sure an injury like Jeremy's never happens again.
We took a proactive stance. In other words, rather than stick our head in the sand and say, you know, hey, this is just a once-in-a-million accident, our board took the initiative to say, look, we need to repair our equipment and make sure that it's safe for all of our children.
The new play area at Donna Park Elementary is just one of many. In fact, the Hearst Euless Bedford School District has replaced all the play and fitness equipment at 25 schools.
This equipment is all made out of steel. All the supports are steel. The platforms are steel. It's neat equipment. There's a lot of different things for them to do.
The new playground is also handicap accessible. Parent Terry Turner is pleased. He remembers when his active third grader, Cody, broke his arm on the old playground.
Well, it's like going from back in the 40s to entering the 20th century, 21st century. It's quite a bit better.
And what do the kids say? Well, sometimes action speaks louder than words. Karen Kapp, News 4, Texas.
Jeremy Browning and his family have moved from the area. We're told the little boy has recovered. Until the Texas Playground Safety Act was passed last year, the Texas Education Agency had no safety guidelines for playgrounds. With the new law, school administrators say we may see more playground overhauls like the one in the HEB system. Couldn't pay for a nicer day than we had today.
But you've got to ask the question, is it going to last through the weekend? Find out when Mike Berger joins us with his forecast for you on the way next.
But first, to look at how the stock market wrapped up the week. The Dow closing up a little more than a point.
New danger warnings about the fen-phen diet craze, Hollywood stars who slaughter helpless animals, and Charlie Sheen's new angels on Heart-Topping next.
Call it an accident waiting to happen. Call it taking your life into your own hands. News 4 Texas I-Team reporter Becky Oliver's done it again. She's uncovered a dangerous menace lurking on Texas roads. This special report is so unsettling, it may have you looking over your shoulder. An exclusive I-Team investigation one company may not want you to see. A moving menace, tonight at 10 on News 4 Texas.
Joe Miller's a little excited because now through Sunday at Circuit City, everything's on sale. And Joe Miller's the guy with the sale tags. All home and car audio is on sale. Every computer's on sale, too. Our whole appliance department is on sale. All TVs, all camcorders, all VCRs. It's all on sale. Every big screen TV, every boombox, every stereo and CD player. If it's at Circuit City, it's on sale now through Sunday only. Everything's on sale at Circuit City.
If you've ever wondered whether emotion or instinct makes your pet act the way it does, watch Animals Like Us, starting Monday night at 10 on News 4 Texas.
When we received our first Consumer's Digest Best Buy Award, we were pleased. The second and third, very pleased indeed. The fourth, we were motivated. So during the Dodge Consumers Digest Best Buy celebration, get in on this Best Buy, Dodge Caravan. With available features like sliding doors on both sides and seats that roll in and out, you could say we thought of everything. Obviously, Consumers Digest thought a lot of Caravan, too. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Do you know which grass and weed killer works faster? The weeds do. Weeds can't hide from Spectracide.
Peter's Plant Food asks, what could be more satisfying than enjoying the bounty of your garden? Enjoying it sooner than your neighbors. Fast-acting Peters. Fast food for plants.
The wind we've been having over the last several days has really dried things out.
Sure has, John, and we certainly could use some rain in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and yes, we are going to, well, at least we have a good chance of getting some. Golly, the way it's been going this spring, toss a coin. Currently in Dallas, 83 degrees, 19% relative humidity, and a light east wind and a steady pressure. In Fort Worth, 83, 18%. Northeast today, 29.93. Pressure's falling off ever so little. 83 was our high today, 55 the low this morning. 90 and 39 are the record temperatures from 1955 and 1910. And again, no rain, but I think that's about to change. As we take a look at the U.S. satellite loop, the next storm is making its way across the Dakotas tonight. A lot of rain with that. By the way, International Falls, Minnesota, brand new record low temperature. April 26th, and it was 14 degrees this morning. Big thunderstorms moving through the southeast and the mid-Atlantic states. There was some wind damage reported around the Atlanta, Georgia area. Those thunderstorms will exit the east coast rather quickly. We can take a look at the storm track for the next couple of days. We're going to see some scattered showers, and we'll see some thunder showers start to develop down in Oklahoma and then into Colorado as well as Oklahoma, and moving into north-central Texas by Saturday night and into Sunday morning as an upper-level trough starts to develop again over the central part of the country. And we open up the Gulf of Mexico and allow lots of moisture to pour our way. That could be here as early as tomorrow night. Temple 86, Waco 85, Tyler 84. We're into the upper 70s along the Red River. Red River counties will see those thunder showers a little bit earlier than we will here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Beautiful day across the state. Mostly clear skies, sunny skies all over be reported. 88 in El Paso, 94 in Del Rio, 88 in Austin, 84 out in Longview. A little cooler along the Gulf Coast as those sea breezes are starting to cool the temperatures down just a little bit. Overnight tonight, upper 50s to near 60 degrees in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and that will be all courtesy of a wind that will turn to the south later on tonight. That wind will pick up some speed tomorrow. It'll be out of the south at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. It's the slowest isotherm I think I've ever seen. There it is. For the next 36 hours, then, we'll watch the clouds gradually start to develop into late tonight, early tomorrow morning. South winds 15 to 25, mostly sunny skies tomorrow. But that low develops very, very quickly, and that is going to form the boundary that will kick off these thunderstorms starting tomorrow evening. Some of those could be severe. We will watch them carefully for you. The 5-day forecast, high temperature tomorrow, 88 degrees, about 75 on Sunday, considerably cooler. If the front doesn't make it through the Dallas-Fort Worth area on Sunday, you can add about 10 degrees to that, but the cool air is on the way. Remember I said it was 14 in International Falls this morning?
No.
It's going to be about 49 here Tuesday morning.
Good night.
Here we go again.
Oh, brother. But the rain,
Don't
at
put
least.
the
But we
sweaters
may
away,
have
right?
some showers. That's right. Keep the sweater handy.
Sweaters away.
Thank you, Mike. Just ahead, the world champion Rockets blast off in the opening game of the NBA playoffs.
While the Cowboys report to their first day of mini-camp as they try to prepare their strategy to defend their championship.
It's the craze that's sweeping the nation. It's Jeep and Eagle Mania. And who wouldn't be excited about option values of up to $1150 on Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo? Get the deals you've been screaming for on a Cherokee Sport, too, like up to $1836 in option values. And find out why the all-new Wrangler is at the top of everyone's chart. So experience Jeep and Eagle Mania for yourself at your Jeep and Eagle dealer.
See your Texas Jeep and Eagle dealer.
When you're through providing your own action for the evening, it's Blockbuster's turn. With 9,000 ways to make it a blockbuster night.
There was no one who could teach them, no way to control them, and until today, no one who could reach them. Michelle Pfeiffer, Dangerous Minds, from Hollywood Pictures Home Video, rated R. Rent it tonight.
Mike, is that wind affecting your golf game today?
That's a good one, Clarice. The wind affecting my golf game. Yeah, actually, it wasn't that windy out here today, so I'm not sure what sort of excuse I'm going to come up with, but give me a few minutes and I'll think of one. We are playing golf here today at Hyatt Bear Creek, the NFL Alumni Tournament, as the NFL alumni raise money for their charities. We'll talk more about that in a moment. First to Valley Ranch, where the Dallas Cowboys' first minicamp gets underway. Michael Irvin's been in the spotlight during the offseason. He's back in the sunlight of the practice field at Valley Ranch today for head coach Barry Switzer. Cowboys' situation at linebacker is a bit interesting. You see Darren Smith, he still hasn't signed a contract. Fred Strickland and Broderick Thomas, a couple of veterans, have signed. Smith held out last year, might do the same this year, but he's at minicamp trying to prove that his attitude is positive.
Well, definitely. I just want to come in and play the entire season. That's what I want to do. You know, I want to be here working. That's why I'm here in the off season. Even though I'm not under contract, I'm going to work in the mini camps and just try to show everybody here that I'm a team guy and I'm here to help this team.
As we told you last night, the Mavericks are still technically owned by Donald Carter. The deal isn't quite complete yet. The deal that will transfer the Mavericks from Carter to a group led by Ross Perot Jr. A little extra paperwork involved, more than they thought, so the deal may not be announced until the middle of next week. Mavericks have to be excited about the fact that Marcus Camby is likely to announce next week that he'll come out early for the NBA draft. The NCAA Player of the Year, 6'11" center out of UMass, is likely to make his official announcement at a news conference on Monday. Houston Rockets last night began defense of their NBA title in a drive toward what they hope will be a third straight championship. The Rockets in L.A., where the stars were out. There's Jack Nicholson, Gary Shandling watching the action. Magic, 2 of his 20 points as he goes to work inside. The Lakers led by 6 in the third, but Akeem was too much. The Dream with 33. Rockets grabbed the 1-0 lead in the series, 87-83 the final.
You know, that was a Rocket game. Defense and getting the game under control, getting the ball in the right people's hands, reacting to the defense. And it's the little things.
The champions played champion basketball, championship basketball, when they had to. And that's down at the end of the fourth quarter when we couldn't make a play. Well, I shouldn't say we couldn't make a play.
Best team in basketball opens its playoff run tonight. The Chicago Bulls hosting Pat Riley's Miami Heat. Bulls won an NBA record 72 regular season games, but here's a unique perspective. They say they will not be overlooking their first-round opponent.
You focus on today, and yeah, they're a tough team to face at any time, and we got to get ourselves ready to play.
This type of a playoff is immediate. You have to win the first game, and you have to put pressure on your opponent because of the shortness of games in this series. Urgency really is a factor.
And back here at Hyatt Bear Creek, perfect day to play golf. The wind was not too strong, Clarice, and Jethro Pugh is among the NFL legends playing in the NFL Alumni Tournament for the Neurofibromatosis Foundation. Tommy Nobis and James Lofton, a couple of the other ones. We want to congratulate Bill Morrell, the father of one of our Channel 4 colleagues, Kevin Morrell. Bill Morrell with a hole-in-one today. He wins a new truck. Great shot, Bill. Congratulations. And we'll see you guys tonight at 9:45.
He is in the house.
Great shot.
You'll tell us later what you shot, right?
No, I won't. I won't tell you. I'll never tell you.
Thank you, Mike. We'll see you tonight.
At the age of 83, Wes Stanford has one great passion in life.
He loves altitude. Yep, his passion for parasailing began many years ago. Today's adventure marks his 131st flight. He says taking to the air makes him feel as free as a bird and says it's the closest thing to being in heaven. The 83-year-old man says as long as he's sailing, nothing can bring him down.
See you later.
Oh, I don't know if I trust these guys with my baby.
What, we've had the car all day, now it's your baby?
It's my baby.
No, I can't believe that place had like 1,000 used cars.
Who has 1,000 used cars?
I'm not sure. He wasn't talking to me.
Yes, ma'am, and I got us a pretty good deal on it.
Pretty good, considering each car has a set price. Lucky for us. With your smooth negotiating skills.
Yeah, well, I was smooth enough to get you, wasn't I?
Like that car choice place? I just didn't feel like haggling.
Did she say about haggling?
I wouldn't know if she wasn't talking to me.
So I'm working for Quaker State. My assignment is to come up with a name for their new oil change centers. When suddenly, all this weird stuff starts happening. No matter what I do, there's this letter staring me in the face. And then one day, it hits me. I'm gonna call it G-Lube.
I don't know, Morty. It looks more like a Q to me.
Introducing Q-Lube Oil Change Centers, the Quaker State Company.
When you're covering an area as big as North Texas, you need power to get the story. Sky 4 PowerCam, the most advanced news-gathering machine North Texas has ever seen, getting the story for you with the only pilot reporter in town, so that anytime, anywhere, the Sky 4 PowerCam is there. Where? Only on News 4 Texas.
This spring, why not bring the outside in? It's easy with this Garden Place tool bag and gardener's bench from Target. Or these cheerful spring play settings and accessories. You could even freshen up your bedroom with these colorful floral linens. Best of all, if you buy your spring furnishings at Target, you'll have plenty of money left over for a nice little place to put them.
Take a look at this. With Nations Bank PC Banking, this is how you pay your bills. See this thing here? Click on that, then you go to this little doodad and click on that. Then you type in that and do that. Oh, am I being too technical? Anyway, with Nations Bank PC Banking, you can pay all your bills like this anytime you want to. I love that.
Good evening. 2 nights after the Rangers honored Nolan Ryan on the 5th anniversary of his 7th no-hitter, Ranger right-hander Ken Hill pulls off a Ryan-like performance. Hill gives up only an infield single in Detroit tonight, retiring 26 straight Tigers. Juan Gonzalez and the Ranger offense was working up a sweat as well. Gonzalez, top of the first, ropes this down the third base line. Ivan Rodriguez, Will Clark, both come in to score 2-0 Texas. Then Dean Palmer goes deep. Dino goes to right field, 3-run homer, his 8th, and it's 5-0 Rangers with the lead. The umpire says to Will Clark, don't worry, pal, you'll get a chance to get your stats up there tonight as well. Clark with the shot, Pudge scores, and Clark says, hey, it's my lucky compass showing me the way. See, I got that box of Cracker Jack. Ken Hill was outstanding. Pitches the one-hitter as he retires 26 in a row. Hill struck out 7 for his first American League shutout. 11-0. Rangers get the win. Cleveland beat Seattle 6-4 in the first game tonight. That's the one they picked up after the earthquake suspended last night's game. Toronto and Boston are in a rain delay. Baltimore over Milwaukee. Brady Anderson his 13th homer there. New York over Chicago. Kansas City beat Oakland. National League, Chicago and the Dodgers win. Philadelphia over Atlanta. Houston beat Montreal. Florida and Colorado are in the 6th inning. Southwest Conference Baseball, Texas down 6-1 to TCU this afternoon. Royce Huffinen with the TCU home run. But the Longhorns score 7 straight. Blake Davis goes deep. Texas wins 8-6 over TCU, and Texas clinches at least a share of the league title. Tomorrow, the Horned Frogs and Longhorns meet in a doubleheader at the ballpark in Arlington. They'll be trying to set a new NCAA attendance record. 18,000 is the current mark for college baseball. Oh, baby, the NBA playoffs continue tonight. Spurs and Suns. David Robinson had 30 points and 13 rebounds before fouling out late in this game, and the Spurs are about to finish off the Suns. In fact, it's a final now, 116-98, San Antonio. Second round NHL playoff action. Blues and Red Wings. Fedorov, the shot goes up in the air and is batted away, but Cicerelli gets this one to go for Detroit. Red Wings win it 3-2. Yes, the squid is on the ice as Detroit takes the 1-0 lead. Former Giants linebacker Lawrence Taylor faces drug charges tonight after police say he tried to buy crack cocaine from undercover agents. Taylor is free on $5,000 bond. Taylor arrested in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where he had traveled for a celebrity golf tournament. Trouble for LT, but a special weekend ahead for Emmett Smith and his family. Emmett gets his degree in recreation from the University of Florida tomorrow. Today, our Jerry Orr visited with Emmett's mother in Pensacola as she prepared for the big day.
I can't explain how much it really means because that was something he didn't have to do. But, you know, money doesn't mean everything. And who knows, something can happen to him this season. And if it does, he still has his degree he can fall back on.
Troy Aikman is realizing what many of us already know, golf can be a frustrating game. Aikman shoots 97 today in Celebrity Golf Association tourney. Bill Bates a 91. Aikman's 24 shots off the lead, which is held by former Cowboy punter Ron Whidbey. And as for Troy, any dreams of a senior tour spot down the road, well, they're looking cloudy.
I mean, who's kidding who? How many of those guys? I mean, it'd be easy for me to sit there and say, yeah, you know, I hope to one day make it on the senior tour, but, you know, I'm a realist, and I'm not going to tell you that.
Aikman 24 shots back, unless Greg Norman is on that leaderboard. He doesn't have much of a chance.
Bad. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Weather for Texas has been sponsored in part by Albertsons.
So you can't decide on country ribs or rib roast, a ribeye or cross ribs, or short ribs, not to be confused with spare ribs. And why are they called spare ribs anyway? Just ask. Butcher Doug Phelps knows his ribs. You're craving a sweet but mildly tart on the crunchier side of tender, firm, but slightly delicate apple. Which one would that be? Just ask. If anybody knows, it's produce manager Jerry Grant.
The year 1885, J.J. Haverty opened his first furniture store 111 years ago. Think of it. To stay in business that long, you have to do a lot of things right. And Haverty's does them right. Come see for yourself. The finest furnishings always at the lowest prices possible. And now for their anniversary celebration, extra special savings store-wide.
Get the dream car you've always wanted at the price you can afford. The Art of the Deal, Monday at 10, only on News 4 Texas.
Stagecoach West, brought to you by Maxwell House.
Somewhere where cowboys still sing, where deer and antelope have been known to play, and hospitality means offering your best. Somewhere deep in the heart, you'll find Maxwell House. Always has and always will be good to the last drop.
Want to know who's calling before you pick up the phone?
Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help!
With new caller ID from GTE, you can. It shows you the number and the name of the caller. Let us help you put a name with a number. Call 1-800-SMART-CALL.
Won't you please help me, help me, help
Caller ID from GTE. Amazing.
As the Olympic Flame makes its 15,000-mile journey to Atlanta, its debut in the Lone Star State will be May 19th in Fort Worth.
The city's already rolling out the symbolic red carpet by flying the Olympic flag at the Tarrant County Convention Center. The Flame will arrive by train on the night of the 19th. The next morning in the stockyards, runners will carry the Flame along Highway 180 through Arlington, Grand Prairie, and into Dallas.
That's our news. Thanks very much for being here.
That's going to be exciting. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Good night.